Hey guys, it's Pixie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be talking about what is the perfect diet. And from the start, I'm just going to say this. There is no such thing as a perfect diet. It literally does not exist. There is no one size fits all when it comes to nutrition. It would be nice if that was the case, if there was literally one thing that everyone could eat in order to be healthy, but it doesn't work that way. So we live under this illusion that there's like a perfect diet, there's like a perfect way to eat that everyone needs to eat, and I feel it myself. As a nutritionist, I feel like there is pressure to be literally perfect in my entire lifestyle, especially with the way I eat. But you know, that just unfortunately does not exist. There is no such thing as perfection when it comes to a healthy diet, because like, it's different for everyone. What works really well for one person might not work very well for another. And this is why the idea of there being healthy and unhealthy foods is really not particularly helpful either. So for example, you might say that, you know, grains are really healthy and really wonderful and like a great source of carbohydrates, a great source of energy, a great source of B vitamins. But if you're celiac, most grains will not be healthy for you, and actually, you know, they can do you way more harm than good, and you should not be eating things like wheat because of gluten. So it really does depend on the person. So what do we need to eat in order to be healthy then? What is sort of the closest thing that we can get to having the ideal diet? Firstly, don't stress too much. If you're stressing about the way you're eating, and if the idea of trying to achieve the perfect diet is making you anxious, you need to slow the fuck down, because there is no point worrying about these things. If you're stressing about trying to get the perfect diet, that is not a healthy mindset to be in, and you need to just chill out a little bit and realize that actually you don't need to overcomplicate it for yourself, because that's not going to be helpful at all. I think that a diet or a way of eating that works generally well for a lot of people is the idea of a plant-focused diet or a plant-based diet, which essentially is a way of eating that focuses on plants as the main source of what you're eating, but not necessarily all that you're eating. So it's not the same thing as vegan, for example. So your focus might be on eating a lot of different kinds of plants and eating a wide variety of different plants most of the time, and then the rest of the time, you know, you're eating things like, you know, cheese or meat if you want to, eggs if you want to, chocolate, pizza, cookies, all those lovely, sugary, delicious things that make life worth living and that make you happy and make you feel content with life and make you just feel comforted, because we need to realize that these things are just as important as well. If you're eating in a way that makes your body physically healthy but doesn't make you happy, you are not healthy. The key to health is happiness as well as physical health. We so often overlook mental health when it comes to our overall health, but we need to be, if we're aiming for overall good health, we need to be focusing on our mental health as well as our physical health. So I like to take myself as an example. I love chocolate. If I were told that I could never eat chocolate again for the rest of my life, but I would live 5 years longer, I wouldn't take it. No chance in hell, because not eating chocolate for the rest of my life sounds miserable. That sounds like a life that I do not want to live. I love chocolate and I want to eat chocolate, ideally pretty much most days or whenever I feel like it. I would genuinely rather live 5 years shorter but eat chocolate, because it makes me happy. It makes me genuinely happy to eat chocolate on a regular basis. So that's important to me. That is one of those foods that for me is a non-negotiable to have access to chocolate. It might be something different to you. For example, for you it might be cheese. You might literally say, I literally can't live without cheese. So don't live without cheese. Eat cheese. There's nothing wrong with eating cheese if you want to eat cheese. If it's like cookies, if it's cheesecake, if it's anything like, you know, like having a roast every Sunday, or, you know, having pancakes on a Sunday, you don't have to live without these things, because the perfect diet and the perfect way of eating is the one that makes you feel physically good but also makes you mentally happy. That is the only way that something is going to be a way of eating that you can maintain long term. It's all very well saying we need to be eating lots of vegetables, yeah, but you also need to eat things that make you happy. And yeah, vegetables might make you happy, but chocolate does too. So you need to be including all of these wonderful things in order to give you an overall diet that you can actually follow long term, that makes you happy, that fits with your lifestyle, and isn't a situation where you're literally having to put your life, especially your social life, on hold in order to follow it. That is a sign that it is not the right thing for you. If it's making you miserable, it's not the right diet for you. If it's disrupting your social life, it's not the right diet for you. If you're literally feeling miserable and if you're like looking at every single plate of food like, ugh, I have to eat this, it's not the right diet for you. You need to find a way of eating that actually makes you want to eat the food. Is that really such a revolutionary thing to say? Apparently. So yeah, the important message here is there is no such thing as the perfect diet. There is no one size fits all approach, and if the way you're eating doesn't make you happy, change it so that you are happy, because that is just as important. I hope this has been interesting. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and if you like this video then please subscribe, because I'm going to be ranting about a particular nutrition topic every week for the foreseeable future. So yeah, that's all from me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!